Ladies and gentlemen, innovation is often celebrated as the driving force behind progress, whether in technology, business, or society. However, innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It requires a guiding force that provides direction and purpose, and that force is vision. Without vision, innovation lacks coherence and intentionality, turning into mere experimentation without meaningful results. Vision acts as a blueprint, setting the course for creative breakthroughs, ensuring that ideas are not just new but also impactful. At its core, vision is the ability to see beyond the present, to imagine possibilities before they exist, and to define a clear goal for innovation. It is not just about having a dream, but about articulating a compelling picture of the future that inspires action. Innovation, in its true essence, is not about novelty for novelty's sake. It is about creating something valuable, and that value is determined by the vision behind it. A strong vision provides focus, ensuring that innovators do not get lost in an endless sea of possibilities, but instead work toward a specific and meaningful objective. Consider the most transformative inventions and breakthroughs throughout history. Every great innovation has been fueled by a visionary mind that saw something others didn't. Thomas Edison envisioned a world illuminated by electric light long before it became a reality. His vision drove him through thousands of failed attempts until he finally succeeded in creating the light bulb. Without his clear vision, he may have abandoned his efforts long before achieving success. The Wright brothers, too, had a vision of human flight when most believed it was impossible. Their commitment to that vision pushed them beyond skepticism and failure, leading to the birth of modern aviation. These stories illustrate that innovation is not merely about technical skill or scientific knowledge. It is about the ability to see a future that does not yet exist and to work relentlessly toward it. Vision not only inspires individual innovators, but also guides entire organizations. Companies that have revolutionized industries are those that were led by strong visionary leaders. Apple is one of the most prominent examples of how vision drives innovation. Steve Jobs did not simply want to build computers or phones. He envisioned a world where technology was intuitive, beautiful, and seamlessly integrated into people's lives. That vision shaped Apple's products and set the company apart from competitors. Every innovation that Apple introduced, from the Macintosh to the iPhone, was rooted in that overarching vision of simplicity and user experience. Without such a vision, Apple might have been just another tech company lost in the competition without a distinct identity. The importance of vision in innovation extends beyond individuals and companies to entire societies. Some of the greatest advancements in human history have been driven by visionary goals. The space race of the 20th century was fueled by a bold vision of human exploration beyond Earth. When President John F. Kennedy declared that the United States would put a man on the moon, it was not just a political statement, it was a visionary goal that mobilized scientists, engineers, and innovators to achieve what had once seemed impossible. That single vision led to an explosion of technological advancements, many of which continue to benefit humanity today. Without that unifying vision, the vast resources and talent dedicated to space exploration might have been scattered and ineffective. One of the most powerful aspects of vision is that it fuels persistence. Innovation is rarely a smooth journey. It is filled with failures, setbacks, and obstacles. A strong vision keeps innovators moving forward even when things go wrong. It provides the resilience needed to navigate challenges because the end goal is always in sight. When Elon Musk set out to revolutionize space travel with SpaceX, he faced repeated failures. Rockets exploded, critics doubted him, and financial struggles threatened to shut everything down. But his vision to make space travel affordable and pave the way for human life on Mars kept him pushing forward. That vision gave him and his team the motivation to learn from each failure and improve, eventually leading to groundbreaking achievements in space exploration. Without that unwavering vision, SpaceX might have collapsed like so many other ambitious ventures before it. Another crucial role of vision in innovation is its ability to unify and inspire teams. Innovation is rarely the work of a single individual. It requires collaboration and collective effort. A well-defined vision aligns people toward a common goal, giving their work meaning and direction. When people understand the bigger picture and believe in the vision, they are more engaged, motivated, and willing to contribute their best efforts. Organizations that lack a clear vision often struggle with misalignment, as employees may work hard but in different directions, leading to inefficiency and stagnation. A powerful vision creates cohesion, ensuring that every effort contributes to a shared purpose. While vision is essential, it is important to recognize that vision alone is not enough. A vision must be accompanied by action, strategy, and execution. Many people have grand ideas and dreams, but without the discipline to translate vision into tangible steps, those ideas remain abstract and unrealized. Innovation requires a balance between visionary thinking and practical implementation. It involves setting milestones, experimenting, iterating, and adapting while staying true to the original vision. The most successful innovators are those who not only dream big, but also have the ability to execute their vision effectively. Vision also plays a critical role in ensuring that innovation is meaningful and impactful. Not all new ideas lead to progress. Some innovations can be disruptive in negative ways or fail to provide real value. A strong vision helps innovators filter through possibilities and focus on what truly matters. It ensures that innovation is not just about creating something different, but about creating something better. Companies that innovate without a clear vision often chase trends rather than setting them, leading to short-lived successes that do not stand the test of time. On the other hand, companies with a strong vision consistently drive meaningful change, shaping industries rather than merely reacting to them. In today's fast-paced world where technological advancements happen at an unprecedented rate, the importance of vision and innovation is greater than ever. With artificial intelligence, biotechnology, renewable energy, and other emerging fields transforming industries, those who lead the future will be those who can see beyond the present. The world does not need more random inventions, it needs purposeful innovation driven by a vision for a better future. Whether it is tackling climate change, revolutionizing healthcare, or enhancing human connectivity, the innovators who will make the most significant impact are those who have a clear vision of what they want to achieve. Ultimately, innovation without vision is like a ship without a compass. It may move, but it has no direction. Vision provides the blueprint that turns ideas into reality, ensuring that innovation is not just an endless pursuit of change, but a meaningful effort to shape the future. It is what separates great inventors, leaders, and companies from the rest. Those who dare to dream of a different future and commit to making it happen are the ones who leave a lasting legacy. The lesson for anyone seeking to innovate is clear. Before you create, you must first see. Before you build, you must first believe. And before you change the world, you must first envision what that change looks like. Throughout history, progress has been driven by individuals who possessed a clear and compelling vision of the future. These leaders saw possibilities beyond their time and worked relentlessly to turn those possibilities into reality. Their vision was not just a dream or an abstract idea, but a guiding force that shaped their actions and inspired others to join them in their pursuit of change. Without vision, leadership becomes reactive rather than proactive, and innovation lacks direction. Visionary leaders do not simply respond to the present, they anticipate and shape the future, challenging conventional wisdom and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. One of the most well-known examples of visionary leadership is Thomas Edison. When Edison set out to develop the electric light bulb, he was not merely trying to create a new invention. He envisioned a future where electricity would illuminate entire cities, revolutionizing how people lived and worked. At the time, the idea of electric lighting replacing gas lamps seemed impractical, even absurd, to many. Yet Edison's vision drove him through thousands of failed experiments until he finally succeeded in developing a commercially viable light bulb. More importantly, his vision extended beyond just creating a single invention. He understood that for electric lighting to truly change the world, an entire infrastructure of power generation and distribution needed to be built. His work led to the creation of electrical power grids, transforming modern civilization. Without his relentless pursuit of this vision, the development of electrical power might have taken decades longer to achieve widespread adoption. Another extraordinary visionary leader was Henry Ford. In the early 20th century, automobiles were luxury items, accessible only to the wealthy. Ford, however, saw a future where cars were not just for the elite, but for ordinary people. He envisioned a society in which mass production would make automobiles affordable for the average worker, fundamentally changing transportation and daily life. His vision led to the development of the assembly line, which drastically reduced production costs and made cars accessible to millions. The impact of Ford's vision extended beyond just the automobile industry. His innovations in manufacturing influenced industries worldwide, shaping modern production methods. Ford did not invent the car, but he revolutionized its production and accessibility. Without his vision, automobiles might have remained an expensive privilege rather than an essential part of everyday life. In the realm of science and exploration, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, demonstrated how vision can drive groundbreaking innovation. At a time when the idea of human flight was considered impossible or even foolish, the Wright brothers saw a future where people could take to the skies. Their vision of powered flight led them to years of relentless experimentation, overcoming both technical and societal obstacles. In 1903, they achieved the first successful flight of a powered aircraft, an achievement that would change transportation, warfare, and global connectivity forever. Their vision extended beyond just proving flight was possible. They saw the long-term potential of aviation and continued refining their designs, paving the way for the modern aerospace industry. Without their visionary persistence, humanity's ability to traverse the skies might have been delayed by decades. Visionary leaders have also shaped history beyond science and technology. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader whose vision changed the course of civil rights in America. At a time when racial segregation and discrimination were deeply ingrained in society, King dared to dream of a future where people would be judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech was more than just rhetoric, it was a call to action based on a powerful vision of equality and justice. King's leadership inspired millions to fight for civil rights, leading to landmark legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964. His vision was not just about ending segregation, but about creating a more just and inclusive society. Without his unwavering commitment to this vision, the struggle for racial equality in the United States might have taken much longer and faced even greater challenges. In the world of technology, Steve Jobs stands as a modern example of how vision drives innovation and transformation. Jobs was not merely an entrepreneur, he was a visionary who saw how technology could be made personal, intuitive, and beautifully designed. Before Apple, computers were largely seen as complex tools for professionals and businesses. Jobs envisioned a world where technology was accessible to everyone, seamlessly integrated into daily life. This vision led to the development of the Macintosh, the iPod, the iPhone, and many other revolutionary products that reshaped multiple industries. Apple's success was not just about technical innovation, but about a commitment to a vision that prioritized user experience, aesthetics, and simplicity. Jobs' ability to see beyond the present and anticipate what consumers would want before they even knew it themselves was what set him apart. Without his vision, the technology landscape would look vastly different today. Another powerful example of visionary leadership is seen in Elon Musk. Musk's vision extends across multiple industries, from electric vehicles to space exploration. When he founded Tesla, electric cars were viewed as impractical, expensive, and niche. Musk, however, envisioned a world where sustainable energy was the norm rather than the exception. Through relentless innovation, Tesla has helped transform the automotive industry, proving that electric vehicles can be both high performance and mainstream. Beyond Tesla, Musk's vision for space exploration has driven SpaceX to achieve milestones once thought impossible for private companies, such as reusable rocket technology and plans for Mars colonization. His vision is not just about building better rockets, but about making space travel a reality for humanity's future. Without his ambitious vision, progress in both electric transportation and space exploration would likely be moving at a much slower pace. Visionary leaders are not confined to the past or specific industries, they continue to shape the world today. Jeff Bezos, for instance, transformed global commerce with Amazon, not by merely creating an online bookstore, but by envisioning a world where e-commerce would redefine the way people shop. His vision of fast, seamless online transactions led to innovations in logistics, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, reshaping multiple industries. Similarly, leaders like Malala Yousafzai have used their vision to drive social change. Malala's commitment to girls' education in the face of adversity has inspired global movements and policies, proving that vision is not just about technology or business, but about changing the human condition itself. What all these leaders have in common is their ability to see beyond what exists today and imagine what could be. Vision is not just about having a goal. It is about believing in a future that others may not yet see and having the determination to bring that future to life. Visionary leaders are often met with skepticism, resistance, and failure, Yet they persist because their belief in their vision is stronger than any obstacle. They do not simply adapt to change, they create it. They do not wait for the future, they build it. History teaches us that without vision, there is no progress. The leaders who have truly changed the world are those who dared to see beyond the immediate challenges and into the realm of possibility. Whether in science, technology, civil rights, or industry, visionary leadership has been the catalyst for the greatest transformations in human history. Those who aspire to make a lasting impact must first cultivate a clear vision, one that not only inspires themselves, but also ignites the passion of those around them. The future belongs to those who can see it before it arrives. Vision is the driving force that fuels persistence in the face of failure. It is what separates those who give up at the first sign of difficulty from those who push forward despite setbacks. Throughout history, some of the greatest achievements have been realized by individuals who refuse to let failure define them. Their unwavering commitment to their vision allowed them to endure obstacles, criticism, and repeated disappointments. Without a clear vision, failure can feel like a dead end. But with a strong vision, failure becomes a stepping stone, a lesson that refines the path forward rather than ending it. When a person or organization has a strong vision, they are not easily swayed by temporary difficulties. Instead, they see failures as part of the journey rather than as final defeats. One of the most famous examples of this is Thomas Edison, who conducted thousands of experiments before successfully inventing the practical light bulb. When asked about his repeated failures, he famously responded that he had not failed but had simply found thousands of ways that did not work. This mindset was possible only because he had a clear vision of what he wanted to achieve. He was not just trying to invent something new, he was working toward a future where electricity would revolutionize the way people lived. His vision was greater than any individual setback, and it gave him the persistence to keep going when others might have quit. Similarly, the Wright brothers faced years of failed attempts before achieving controlled, powered flight. At the time, many people believed human flight was impossible. Skeptics dismissed their efforts as foolish, and even scientists doubted whether a machine heavier than air could sustain flight. But the Wright brothers had a vision of a world where humans could take to the skies. This vision kept them experimenting, refining, and improving their designs despite repeated crashes and mechanical failures. Their ultimate success in 1903 was not the result of luck, but of relentless persistence, driven by a belief in the future they envisioned. Without that vision, they might have abandoned their efforts long before proving that flight was possible. Vision is also what sustained Nelson Mandela through decades of imprisonment. Many leaders would have lost hope after spending 27 years behind bars. But Mandela's vision of a free and equal South Africa gave him the strength to endure. His time in prison did not weaken his resolve, instead it reinforced his commitment to his cause. He understood that his personal suffering was a small price to pay for the greater goal of ending apartheid. Even when faced with overwhelming opposition, he refused to abandon his vision. When he was finally released, he emerged not with bitterness, but with a renewed commitment to reconciliation and progress. His persistence, fueled by his vision, ultimately led to the dismantling of apartheid and his election as South Africa's first black president. In the world of business and technology, vision is often the difference between success and failure. When Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple, the company he co-founded, many people thought his career was over. He had faced a public and humiliating failure, but Jobs never lost sight of his vision for innovation and design. He went on to create Nexty and Pixar, both of which contributed to his eventual return to Apple. When he rejoined the struggling company, he revitalized it by pursuing the same vision he had always believed in, creating technology that was both functional and beautiful. His persistence, despite failures and setbacks, led to some of the most groundbreaking products in modern history, including the iMac, iPod, and iPhone and iPad. If Jobs had given up after being ousted from Apple, the company might have faded into irrelevance. But his vision kept him moving forward, ultimately reshaping entire industries. Elon Musk provides another example of how vision fuels persistence. Musk's ventures Tesla, SpaceX, and others have all faced near collapse at various points. In the early years of SpaceX, rockets exploded during test flights, and the company was on the brink of bankruptcy. Tesla faced financial crises and skepticism from the auto industry, with many critics arguing that electric cars would never become mainstream. But Musk's vision of sustainable energy and an interplanetary exploration kept him going. He personally invested his own money to keep his companies afloat when others doubted their potential. Today, Tesla has transformed the automotive industry, and SpaceX has achieved historic milestones, including reusable rockets and missions to the International Space Station. Without his unwavering belief in his vision, Musk might have walked away when the odds were against him. The link between vision and persistence is evident in the scientific world as well. Marie Curie, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win in two different scientific fields, faced immense obstacles throughout her career. At a time when women were largely excluded from scientific research, she pursued her vision of expanding human knowledge about radioactivity. Her work required years of painstaking experiments, often under harsh conditions. Despite facing gender discrimination and the physical toll of working with radioactive materials, she never wavered in her pursuit. Her discoveries not only advanced science, but also laid the foundation for medical breakthroughs such as cancer treatments. Had she lacked vision, she might have been discouraged by the barriers she faced. Instead, she persevered, changing the course of science forever. One of the most defining aspects of vision-driven persistence is the ability to see failure as temporary rather than permanent. Visionary leaders understand that setbacks are not the end, but rather part of the process. This mindset allows them to maintain motivation even when progress is slow or setbacks seem insurmountable. Without a strong vision, failure can feel like an indication that an idea was never meant to succeed. But with vision, failure becomes a lesson, an opportunity to adjust strategies, refine approaches, and move forward with renewed determination. Even in the world of sports, vision plays a critical role in persistence. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team. Many athletes would have been discouraged by such a failure, but Jordan's vision of greatness fueled his determination to improve. He trained harder, pushed himself further, and ultimately became an icon of persistence and excellence. His success was not just a result of talent, but of an unshakable belief in his potential, even in the face of early failures. The common thread in all these stories is that vision provides the strength to keep going when things get difficult. It allows individuals to endure rejection, criticism, and repeated failure without losing motivation. It helps them see beyond immediate obstacles to the bigger picture of what they are trying to achieve. Without vision, persistence is difficult to maintain because setbacks can feel overwhelming. But with vision, every failure is simply another step on the path to success. In a world that often values quick results and immediate success, it is easy to become discouraged when progress is slow. But history shows that the most meaningful and transformative achievements take time. Visionaries understand this, and their ability to persist through challenges is what ultimately sets them apart. They do not let temporary failures define them. Instead, they let their vision guide them through the difficulties. Whether in science, business, civil rights, or any other field, those who make the greatest impact are those who refuse to give up, no matter how many times they stumble. Vision is the fuel that turns failure into progress. It is what keeps people moving forward when the odds seem insurmountable. It is what allows individuals to transform obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. The lesson from history is clear: those who hold on to their vision, no matter how many times they fail, are the ones who ultimately change the world. Innovation is often celebrated as the driving force of progress, yet not all innovation leads to meaningful impact. When innovation lacks vision, it becomes directionless, unfocused, and ultimately ineffective. Vision provides purpose, guiding innovation toward a greater goal rather than allowing it to become a series of disconnected, short-lived experiments. Without a clear vision, innovation risks being aimless, producing new ideas that may seem impressive at first, but fail to create lasting change. The history of technological advancements, business failures, and misguided scientific efforts is filled with examples of how the absence of vision leads to wasted potential and lost opportunities. One of the biggest risks of aimless innovation is that it often prioritizes novelty over necessity. Innovators without vision may focus on creating something new simply for the sake of being different, rather than solving real problems. This results in technologies or products that may be interesting but lack practical application or long-term value. A striking example of this can be seen in the tech industry, where companies frequently introduce gadgets that gain initial hype but quickly fade into obscurity. For instance, Google Glass was introduced with significant excitement, promising to revolutionize wearable technology. However, despite its impressive features, the product lacked a clear purpose and failed to address a real need. Without a strong vision to guide its development and integration into everyday life, Google Glass became a commercial failure. This illustrates that innovation without vision can lead to wasted resources and missed opportunities for meaningful progress. Another example of the dangers of aimless innovation can be found in the automobile industry. Over the decades, car manufacturers have introduced numerous concept cars that featured futuristic designs and experimental features, but many of these innovations never reached mass production because they lacked a clear vision of how they would fit into the market. Some designs were too impractical, others were too expensive, and some simply did not address any pressing consumer needs. Without a guiding vision, these innovations became little more than marketing gimmicks, failing to leave a lasting impact on the industry. Similarly, companies that chase trends without a clear vision often struggle to sustain their innovations. The rise and fall of many social media platforms provide a clear example. Platforms like MySpace and Vine were groundbreaking in their time, but their failure to adapt and refine their purpose led to their downfall. MySpace initially dominated social networking, but lacked a clear long-term vision for user engagement and platform sustainability. As a result, it was quickly overtaken by Facebook, which had a stronger vision for creating a global network that prioritized user experience and adaptability. Vine, which introduced the idea of short-form video content, failed to establish a sustainable model and was eventually overshadowed by platforms like TikTok, which had a clearer vision for the role of short videos in entertainment and social media. These cases demonstrate that even when an innovation is initially successful, a lack of vision can prevent it from achieving lasting impact. Scientific research also suffers when it is conducted without a clear vision. While exploration and experimentation are crucial to discovery, research that lacks a guiding purpose often results in fragmented knowledge rather than meaningful breakthroughs. For example, in the early days of space exploration, multiple countries launched satellites and space missions without a coordinated vision for how space travel would evolve. While many of these missions contributed valuable data, it was not until space agencies like NASA and private companies like SpaceX established clear long-term goals, such as landing on the moon, exploring Mars, and developing reusable rockets, that space exploration became a focused and impactful endeavor. Without vision, scientific progress can become scattered, producing isolated discoveries without a cohesive strategy to maximize their benefits. The corporate world is filled with cautionary tales of businesses that lost their way due to a lack of vision. Kodak, once the dominant force in photography, serves as a prime example. The company actually invented the digital camera but failed to embrace it because it lacked a vision for how digital technology would shape the future. Instead of leading the digital photography revolution, Kodak clung to its traditional film business, ultimately falling behind as competitors with clear visions took over the market. Blockbuster suffered a similar fate when it dismissed the potential of online streaming, allowing Netflix to revolutionize the industry. In both cases, these companies did not fail due to a lack of innovation, they failed because they lacked vision. Even in politics and social movements, vision is essential for lasting impact. Many movements have started with passionate energy but faded quickly because they lacked a coherent vision for long-term change. A movement without a clear vision risks being reactive rather than proactive, responding to issues as they arise rather than creating a structured plan for systemic change. In contrast, leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela succeeded because they had a powerful, well-articulated vision that kept their movements focused and resilient. They did not just react to injustice, they envisioned to transform society and pursued that vision relentlessly. Their success was not just about fighting against something, but fighting for something greater. Another critical risk of aimless innovation is that it often leads to fragmentation rather than integration. In the healthcare industry, for example, medical advancements are constantly emerging, but without a clear vision for how different technologies and treatments should be integrated, progress can be slow and disorganized. Many hospitals and healthcare systems struggle with incompatible medical records, redundant treatments, and inefficient care models because there is no overarching vision guiding the integration of new technologies. When innovations are pursued in isolation, without a vision for how they will work together, The result is often a disjointed system that fails to deliver optimal benefits. Vision is also what distinguishes groundbreaking innovations from temporary fads. The personal computer was not just an isolated invention, it was part of a larger vision to make computing accessible to everyday users. Smartphones did not just add new features to mobile phones, they transformed the way people interact with technology and information. The internet was not just a new communication tool, it was envisioned as a global network that would democratize knowledge and connect the world. These transformative innovations were successful because they were guided by a vision that extended beyond their immediate functionality. The absence of vision does not just affect businesses and industries, it also impacts individuals. Many people have ideas, ambitions, and projects they want to pursue, but without a clear vision, they often struggle to make meaningful progress. Entrepreneurs who start businesses without a strong vision often find themselves constantly shifting strategies, chasing short-term gains, or abandoning their efforts when they encounter obstacles. Vision provides direction, helping individuals stay committed to their goals even when challenges arise. Without it, persistence becomes difficult, and efforts can become scattered and ineffective. Ultimately, the greatest innovations and societal advancements come from those who have a vision that extends beyond immediate challenges. Vision turns innovation from a random series of experiments into a purposeful journey toward meaningful change. It ensures that efforts are not wasted on trivial pursuits, but are instead directed toward goals that have lasting significance. Without vision, innovation is like a ship without a compass, moving but without any clear destination. The lesson is clear: for innovation to truly matter, it must be guided by a powerful and purposeful vision.